If you are thinking about selling your New York City apartment, but you're not sure if this is the right time, you are not alone. Rates are up, headlines are mixed, and buyers are cautious. In this video, I'm going to walk through if it makes sense for you to sell that apartment. It'll all be based on your specific situation and what today's market is really telling us. Okay, the New York City real estate market for 2024, 2025 is definitely not a one-size-fits-all market. Some properties are flying, some properties are sitting. It's crazy out there. We're in like the wild, wild west. So buyer activity is actually really strong in some neighborhoods. So right now, if you are on Upper East, Upper West, quite frankly, I just have to say this, I feel like the Upper East Side is going through an entire resurgence. I feel like there's all of this new development that has come into the Upper East Side. It's attracted people to move into the area. Therefore, a lot of the commercial property has changed. It's more hip, it's cool. We have speakeasies. I thought I was going into a locksmith by mistake the other day. Beautiful speakeasy. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you'll figure it out, especially if you've been up there. Anyways, I mean, it's on the rise, and I never thought I'd say that, especially if you know me. I'm like Upper West Side for life. I digress. So if you are Upper East, Upper West, if you are Fort Greene, if you are Ridgewood, if you are Greenpoint, if you are Cobble Hill, Carroll Gardens, I mean, you already know, right? You are going through an amazing period right now. So if you are a seller in one of those neighborhoods, and trust me, we will get down to size for you when we have a consultation, it very well might be a great time to sell. The other thing is luxury is moving. We are not seeing a lot of the foreign buyers that we used to see in this immediate moment. However, there are a lot of very savvy, smart cash buyers out there who know when there's a little bit of fear in the air, it's time to be greedy. Thank you, Warren Buffett. And they are out there making their bids and making things happen. So that luxury market, I'm talking 5 and above, it's definitely moving. 25 and above, maybe not quite as much. I think because a lot of that usually is our foreign investors, our foreign buyers, unless you're, 50 West 66th Street, that thing is flying off the shelves and I don't even think they've gone to market yet. It's bananas. Great job, Extel. Now, studios are still not quite seeing that resurgence that we were hoping that they would have. I think we're still in that COVID effect, right? A lot of those buyers, the interest rate is outpricing them with their debt to income. There's also a lot of buyers that want to work from home. I think a lot of the pied-à-terre buyers who were out of town coming into town to work here a few days a week, that buyer isn't really here yet, but I do think that studios very quickly will be coming back. 1, 2 beds. It's interesting. If you're right around that $1 million mark and below, they're moving. If you are at that $1, $2, $3 million mark, if it's a great product, it's moving. If it's an iffy product, it is sitting because there is enough inventory out there. And if you're in Murray Hill, I'm sorry, forget it. Although 1 bedrooms in Murray Hill is actually starting to come back. So maybe it's just a 3 beds in Murray Hill. But just for right now, right? Everything is cyclical, up and down. Check the date on this. Another thing we're seeing in the market is price-sensitive buyers are negotiating harder due to the interest rates. So something that you can offer as a seller if you do need to sell is why not do some buy-down points, right? Help them out with that interest rate. You can do a 3-2-1, a 2-1. Anyways, it's definitely an option. So look into it. Additionally, while I know we say that inventory is somewhat stacking, it is super neighborhood specific. The other thing I do want to mention is it might feel like inventory is stacking, but I think that's only because the days on market are longer. So if you were looking online at homes for the last 30 days, maybe in the past, things would be coming off and you would just keep seeing new inventory, but you're seeing a lot of the same inventory, which I think is making people think that there's a lot more inventory on the market than there is. It's just taking longer for properties to sell. And when things are priced right, they're selling. I mean, this past weekend, we just had 11 people into an open house for a 1 bedroom. So buyers are out there, they're buying. You just have to do all of the things that we do. You should check out that video, 5 ways to freshen up a listing. In short, demand exists, but buyers want value. And the sellers who are positioning themselves correctly are the ones who are winning. Now there's 3 types of sellers, so you get to figure out which one is you. Category number 1 is the seller who needs to sell. Are you relocating? Do you have some financial changes that are causing you to not be able to afford those monthlies, right? Maybe you want to retire. Are you thinking about upgrading, but you need this liquidity? Listen, I love these need to sell sellers because you know that you have an end goal that matters to you. This means that we need to come up with a very specific strategic plan to get you on the market and to your goal in the time frame that works best for you. Category number 2, are you the seller that's like, yeah, I want to sell, but only if the price is right? I feel like I get that one a lot. You're thinking about testing the market, you're considering maybe buying something else, right? Considering the timeline to get rid of New York City and go over to New Jersey or go down to Florida, I don't know, something warmer. If that seller sounds familiar because it's you, we're gonna need to get in there and we wanna do a competitive pricing analysis. Let's see, you'd be surprised. I've actually gone into some homes and this seller was surprised that their home was actually worth more than what they thought it was. So let us get in there, do that pricing analysis for you and see if it makes sense. Because the other thing that might happen is the market you sell in is the market you buy in. So perhaps we come in, we show you what you are likely to get, right? I'm not buying it, so I don't know for sure. We show you what you're likely to get, and maybe that's a little bit lower than what you wanted. However, what you're purchasing, that's bigger, you're gonna get at a much bigger discount than what you might be losing on your property. So we'll be able to come in and do that whole analysis with you. Or category number 3 is this seller who's like, I don't really need to sell. This is probably going to be an investor or somebody that just has really low carrying costs. No problem. The truth is you might benefit from waiting or renting it out. I will tell you, even though the Fair Act has now taken effect, so the landlord has to pay the landlord's agent fee. Even though that changed, we have rents going through the roof, right? It is going up, 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 up. So maybe it's time for you to rent out that property. We're happy to help you. And then you can sell it when the market matches your goals. So which one are you? As soon as we know which one, we can build the strategy to help you hit your goals in today's market. So what happens if you wait? Great question. Waiting feels safe, but it is not always a smart move. I could give you like 5 references. Waiting may mean higher interest rates. You know what that means? Price go down. More inventory, more competition. Missed peak demand. I have to tell you, end of last year, November, December, I was screaming from the rooftops for sellers to sell. We have never seen demand outpace supply like in the history of New York City. Those sellers won, okay? The sellers that have waited did not win as much or maybe didn't win at all. So paying attention to that peak supply and demand, which by the way, we do for all of our clients, is so important. A specific example, I had a client, we were priced around 3.3 in December of last year. Honestly, now all of the comps we're seeing at 2.995. So I'm not joking around here, right? Like supply and demand is so important, which is why we watch the market daily to see if your specific property, your size, your neighborhood is in a peak market or a not peak market. We are here to guide you. How do you know if you're ready to sell? Ask yourself these 3 key questions. Do I have a reason to sell beyond curiosity? Am I emotionally ready to part from this property? Will selling improve my lifestyle, my finances, or my goals? If the answer is yes to even 2 of those, we gotta talk. Because real estate isn't just about timing, it's also about your lifestyle and what's next for you. Okay, listen, so at the WeLot team, we don't just list apartments. We help sellers make smart, strategic moves. We're gonna analyze your specific building and size comparables, not just city averages. We're gonna review market timing by neighborhood and price points. We're gonna build a custom net sheet for you that'll show you real profits. We can even explore renting versus selling options for you if that makes more sense. And of course, we will always share all our full marketing plan and strategy in order to help you achieve your goals. So whether you decide to sell now or later, you're gonna walk away with clarity, not guesswork. So the New York City market is not crashing, but it is changing. So if you want real data, real strategy, and a plan that is tailored to your property, hello, call me. Now be sure to click on the link in the description box below. Set up a free consultation with me. It is free. We'll come over, we'll do an assessment, we'll go over a plan so that you can make the best decision for you. I'm Erin Wheelock with the Wheelock team here in New York City, and we would love to help you with all of your buying and selling needs. And please feel free, share this with a friend who's brought up the possibility of selling in the future. Whew. All right, that was a long one. We would love to hear from you. And until next time, bye guys.